Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming to class today. As I warned, if you get my emails, we are going to be playing with Pigeon Pose today. And we're going to lay down to start. And please have a block, at least one block nearby. I don't think we'll need both, but have your block nearby. And then come on down to the floor. And just pause here for a second. In fact, you can even straighten your legs and just be on the floor, shoulders descending down. Maybe your palms are face up at your sides, just like Shavasana. And maybe just wiggle the hips a little bit, maybe find those hip points and level them out just a little. But then start by just breathing. Maybe your hands are on your belly. And take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. Breathe and release. And as you exhale, allow that full exhale to come all the way out, just this soft descending breath so that all the extra stuff is released from the lungs. Couple more here. Good. And then right where you are, I want you to squeeze your hips and glutes. And so all the muscles of the glutes are engaging. Big, big squeeze here. And then just let it go. Good. Do that 2 more times. Big squeeze. And release. One more here. Big squeeze. And release. Bend both of your knees, grab your block, take the block at the second level, the second width rather, and place it between either the knees or the thighs, and walking the feet in so that the feet and the knees are lined up, and then squeeze that block, everybody. Good. Feet are on the floor, toes are spread out. We're squeezing that block. Place your hands down along your sides, lengthen the tailbone, and just lift those hips a few inches off the ground. Nothing big, no big bridge pose here. Just squeeze your block, hold your pose. Imagine the whole entire thighs, right? The inner thighs drawing in toward each other, and slowly release. Keep the block where it is. Bring your knees toward your chest. Squeeze it in. And then let the feet come right back to the floor. Lengthen your tailbone. Lift your hips. Again, it's not much. It can be 2, 3, 4 inches, but I don't want you to go into a full expression of bridge pose. Just feel it pressing into the feet, focusing on pressing into the block. Good. Breathe, everybody. And slowly lower down. Draw the block up toward your chest. Release those feet back to the floor. Last one. Lengthening through the tailbone, almost a curl of the pelvis, lifting up through your hips, lengthening the tailbone so that the glutes and the hamstrings kind of reach into each other. Breathe. Squeeze your block, don't forget. Find your breath here. Slowly, slowly lower. Bring those knees to your chest. Grab your block, set that block aside. Put the left foot on the floor, extend the right leg up. Now you can use your strap here if you want. Don't have to. You can use your hands, just depends on where your hamstrings are this morning. And point and flex your ankle. Yep. And big circles. Why is this important for pigeon, right? Because we put this ankle in some pretty odd positions and we want to make sure we've got nice, loose, open ankles here. Good. Mobile, I should say, not loose, but mobile. And then flex the foot, everybody. Press the heel of that foot into the floor. Press your other foot into the floor. Slowly lower and lift. Just 5 of these. Good. Lower and lift. Good. Lower. Lift. 2 more. Down and up. Last one. Down, up. Bend the knee to your chest and straighten the leg really long. And then bend that knee, put that foot back on the floor, bring your left knee to your chest, extend that leg up. You can use your hands behind that leg if you need to, and then point, flex. Yep, just getting everything warmed up, right? Not just the ankle, the feet, the toes, the Achilles, the calf muscles, the shin muscles. Good, big circles. Circle the both ways. Big deep breath. Nice stretch here. Bend the knee, bring it all the way to chest, and then straighten it out long. Place that foot back on the floor. Take the right knee and draw it straight in toward your chest, almost to the right shoulder. So right knee toward right shoulder. You can hold your hand underneath that knee, straight in the left leg. Right. So think about pigeon pose, right? We're part way here only on our backs. The front of that left thigh has to be able to stretch. The other leg, the knee, has to be able to bend, compress a bit. So maybe if your knee allows, with that hand behind the knee, give that knee or that hand a good squeeze. Breathe. And then release it, but turn the foot in toward the other hip. If you look at your legs, this is a sort of kind of getting toward pigeon. And then bend the left knee, bring the knee to the ankle. Make sure the ankle bone is past your thigh, right? So your ankle bone isn't pressing into the thigh muscle. Keep the pelvis squared. And stay on the sacrum if you can, right? So in other words, don't round your back to bring your knees closer. Just keep yourself fairly level here. Take one hand to your right knee, one hand to your right foot, and extend out through your left leg again. So again, thinking about pigeon pose, I find this a very interesting stretch. So I'm not really pushing out on the right knee. I'm just stabilizing this leg in this position. And then maybe you pull your right foot over to the left a little bit and say good morning to, woo, right? A nice hip stretch, all those external rotators, getting a really good stretch. Good. Maybe bring it to the outside a little bit, almost a happy baby-ish, and then bring it across again. But go slow. Don't just like swing back and forth. I want you to feel the stretch here. Good. Maybe bring it to the outside again. And one more time, all the way across. Not all the way, but you get it. As soon as you feel that stretch, you're doing it. Good. Bring it back to neutral. Bring the left knee in and then straighten the left leg up to the ceiling. If this is too much, by the way, I should have started a little easier. If this is too much, just keep your left foot on the floor. Allow that hip to open up. Good. Bend the left knee, foot to the floor. Release your left side or right side and straighten the leg fully. Maybe straighten the left leg fully. Just feel hip to hip, leg to leg. Deep breath. Good. Bend both knees, both feet to the floor, finding that nice level sacrum. Take your left ankle above your right knee and breathe. Actually, let's do that a little bit different. Sorry about that. Straighten the left leg and then bring that knee into your chest. And feel that to start. Straighten the right leg. Right. So once again, stretching the front of the right leg, compression of the left knee, but in an okay way. Your hand is underneath your knee. Squeeze your hand and just feel what's happening in the leg, the knee. Please don't do this if it hurts. Squeeze. Good. Release that squeeze. Bend your right knee. Place your ankle across that right knee. Make sure your ankle bone is on the other side of the thigh. Draw the knees to chest, but don't go all the way, right? So very tempting is for me, I could take this thigh or this shin almost all the way to my chest. But what am I doing? All I'm really doing is rounding my lower back. I'm not getting much more of a stretch. So stay level on your sacrum. Tiny space behind the low back, maybe. Maybe your foot's flexed a little bit. And feel how much of that left hip is already having a chat with you. So when you're here too, you're going to grab your left foot and your left knee, straighten your right leg, and hold. If you think about pigeon, again, I didn't do this on the other side, but if I were to drop my heel, my left heel toward my right hip, a lot of times this is our pigeon pose, but upside down, right? Because we bring that heel in close to opposite hip. But feel this, and then maybe draw the left foot over toward the right and just come into stretch here. Find your breath. And then open it up out to the side. And then bring it across again. Just hold. And bring it out. Good. One more time. Just bring it across just to that stretch point, right? The left knee is staying away from the away from the chest. We're getting a good stretch. You can flex the foot or not. And bring it back across. And then bring it into neutral. Come back into figure four, stretch. And release, straighten both legs. Good. Once those legs are straight, legs are in mountain pose. In other words, their hips width apart, the feet are flexed, you're squeezing your hips. Breathe, take the arms overhead, the thumbs are touching the floor. The low ribs are pressing down toward the floor here. Big deep breath. See if you can lift one or both heels off the floor, any amount, little bit of core work. And then lower the right, touch your left leg to your right hand, or sorry, left leg to left hand, lower. Right leg to right hand, lower. And left to left. And down, right to right. Down one more, both sides. Left and right. And release. Bend both knees. Bring your knees to your chest, everybody. Roll over to one side and stay on that side. Stay on that side. Okay. So what you do with your upper is okay with me. You can keep your head up. You can lower it down and have a more neutral spine. I want you to take those knees to 90 degrees, 90 from hip to knees, and then 90 from knees to ankles. Lift the top leg, press it straight back behind you. Don't let it drop. Keep it level. And then hard tuck of the belly to keep you from moving into your lower back. And just stretch. Good. Bring the knee to your shoulder and press straight back. If you're going into your lower back, don't bring the knee back so far, right? Keep it fairly neutral. And forward and back. Hold it right here. Find your breath. If it is okay for your knee, start to drop knee and foot of that back leg to the floor. You're going to feel a bit of a stretch through here. If it feels funky, keep the knee higher. Excuse me. Breathe. Come back to the stacked knee. Listen up. You're going to come up on your elbow and breathe. Take your bottom knee forward and your back knee back. Or take your bottom knee forward, your top leg back. And just hold here for a second and feel what's happening. So again, we're kind of 90-90. You're going to see this a number of times today. My bottom leg is still at 90. If I look, my the top leg's hip to knee is also straight down. Still good? Come on up to your hands. Breathe. Turn your body over that thigh and hold. Just a twist here. You can come to elbows. Elbows are going to make it a little bit deeper. Opening up this whole side, right, of your belly, your body. Big deep breath. Come on up into your hands. Release. Bring the knees together. You're going to switch sides. So just roll over to your other side. Come on down. 90 degrees, everybody. Lift that top knee. Nice tone to the belly. Press it straight back. And bring it up to shoulder. Good. 2 more of those. Press straight back. And to shoulder. Good. 1 more. And up. Good. Bring it back, everybody. And just see, will the foot come down? Will the knee come down? You can see on this side, my knee's not going to come to the floor. So a little tighter in the hip joint here. Watch the SIs, right? All of this pigeon posey type stuff. If your SI joints are a little tweaky, be especially mindful. Good, big deep breath here. And then from this position, I want you to come up to your elbows. So front leg is at 90. Look at your back leg. Also at 90. Flex. Breathe. You're still okay. Press up to your hand. And then turn over that leg. Turn over that thigh. Lower down. Hold. Good. Press back up. Stay tall. Release those legs. Straighten them out in front of you. Grab that one block. Stick it between the knees and squeeze. Yep. Bend the knees. Squeeze some more. You can do narrow. You can do second width. Either is fine. Good. Release your block. Set that aside. Take your feet nice and wide, everybody. Start to do some windshield wipers. So similar to what we were just doing on the floor. Yep. Just go one and the other and one. Other. Next time your knees are over to the left, pause. Here we are again, right? We're in this very similar position that we were before. But do me a favor, take your left knee and bring it to 90. So straight out from the hip and then from the knee to the ankle, if you can. Just take it out to 90 degrees. Take the back leg and maybe scoot it back a little bit. And then consider this idea of pigeon pose again, right? Where the hips are starting to draw toward the front, the shin being your front, the hands coming in front of the shins, and just hold. So, right here, I want you to feel a little tone of the belly. If it feels like too much, just bring the back knee in a lot more, right? Stay at that kind of more 90-90. And this is a really nice kind of hip opener, kind of external, internal hip rotation. If the leg can go back a little bit more, do that. If you can, you're going to come down to elbows. Maybe you flex your left foot, maybe not. Find your breath, everybody. And check out the sensation of your left hip, right? So, pigeon pose is a quote unquote hip opener. It's a stretch for the muscles that surround the hip joint, especially the external hip rotators. We always want to approach these types of poses mindfully, thoughtfully, never pain. If it's too much to come down this low, you stay up in your hands. If it's too much to do any of this, find another way. Good. If you're on elbows, take your hands up. Listen up. That 90 degrees, I just want you to bring the heel in. Once again, right? Heel to opposite hip in pigeon pose, right? This is not pigeon pose, but the knee might be very similar. And I believe, Michal, you're out there. Your front knee has a tendency to kind of roll inside the hip. So for everybody, just see if you can at least have that thigh parallel to the long edge of your mat. And release. Come on back. Take the feet wide, windshield wiper. Next time those knees are over to the right, pause here. Check this side out. What's happening? Take your front leg or the one that's in front of you, your right leg, and maybe make it a little bit more 90-90, right? From the hip to the knee, from the knee to the ankle. And maybe not. Draw the other knee back. You'll know, I think you'll know pretty quick. You're like, no, yucky. Don't like that, right? So trust your body. And then you're looking at that front shin. Your hands are in front. There's some tone to that lower belly. We're finding some opening here, maybe. And maybe you come to your elbows. Maybe you breathe here. And trust the sensations. What do you feel? What's happening in your body? A painful compression is not good. Pain is not good. If you have pain in any of your joints, we talked about this before I hit record, your hip, knee, or ankle, we want to find another way to do this. So press back up into your hands, everybody. This front 90 degree, just bring the heel back and check that out. That might feel so much better, right? And release it, come back to center and straighten both legs. Give me a solid Dandasana, staff pose. So in between all of these poses, we're going to be bringing the legs back to neutral just to give those SI joints a little stability. So breathe, hands down to your sides. Open up the chest, shoulders. One, you're here. Two, take the arms up. Find your breath. Exhale and release. Shake those out, everyone. All right, table pose, table. So grab your blanket if you want, put it underneath your knees. Got a lot of things I want to try to get to today. We'll see how I do. This could be a whole workshop. All right, hands and knees. Good table pose, everybody. Press the left leg back, lift that left leg. Just 5 to same side elbow. 1, 2, yep. 3, stretch. 4 and 5. Good. Let that knee hang to the side. Bring it out to the side like a hydrant pose. And 2, squeeze the glutes here. 3, 4 and 5 and release. Same thing, other side. Taking the right leg back, nice tone to the belly, lift, right knee to right elbow. 1, just check it out. 2, 3, yep, 4 and 5. Good, let that knee hover, take it out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and lower. Maybe sit back for just a second. Nice little stretch. And come on back up, right foot forward. You can grab your blocks here if you'd like. Simple, easy lunge. And why is this important? So when we come into a lunge, we are stretching the back leg, right? The back thigh, the back psoas maybe, not to mention some compression or some work on the front hip. And in pigeon, the long back leg has to be kind of stretched out for us to get there. So I just want you to breathe here. You can even take the blocks up high. I don't want you to work super hard. You don't need blocks at all. You can take your hands to the floor if you want. Open up the shoulders. And then isometrically try to drag your heel, your front heel, and your back knee toward each other. There's going to be a micro movement there. The glutes are going to become much more active. Hamstrings are going to get more active. Good. Breathe, everyone. Soft, soft, soft. Release. Straighten the front leg. Little half pyramid here. And bend the front knee and release. Same thing, left side. Bring the left foot forward, come into lunge. So often one side's going to be different than the other. So we just start by observing, giving the body a chance. Right? What's happening? I always engage that back glute so that the hip doesn't overstretch, if that's possible. I know for some, they're like, yeah, right. But those, especially those more flexible, open in those hips, can just do an overstretch, in my opinion. Good. And then try to drag the heel back. Try to drag the back knee forward. Whew. Feel that. Deep breath. Good. Release that. Front knee straightens. Little baby half pyramid. Good. Release. Slide the left one back. Slide the right one forward again. This time, flip your toes under. Fire up the back leg, everybody. Back thigh, back glute. Lengthen through your spine. Just find this very, very strong pose here. Really staying lengthened and level out the hips, right? So that left leg is back. Notice if the left hip is dropping and the pelvis is a little off center. And if so, bring that left hip a little bit higher. Lengthen through your spine. We're staying really low here. Lower the knee. Release, switch sides. Sorry, we're doing this one a number of times. The switch side, switch side. Hang in there. We're almost done with this. Once you're there, left foot forward, lift the right knee. But the attention is on the back leg. Really feeling the back thigh, glute, everything working. Imagine you're squeezing a block with your upper inner thighs. Keep the torso long, long. That's it. And lower down, release. Woo, we got one left on this. This one a little bit more unusual. right? So I want to see where those knees are at for you. So instead of, I'm just going to move this out of the way so you can see, instead of stepping the left foot forward, I would like for you to slide your left knee forward, okay? And then hands to the floor. If this hurts your knee, come back to lunge. Once you're there, slide the right knee back, and you're basically shin, right calf muscle to thigh, and just hold and breathe. Keep yourself really lifted. And then press the hips away from the floors. If you could curl up into a ball and release a little. Good. One more. You're squeezing it all in like you're going to round up and release. And then flip your toes under, lift your right knee, step back with your left knee, and slide your right knee forward. Allow your left leg to come to the floor. And just feel this. So, for my darling friends out there who are having some knee issues right now, do not ignore them. Come back into lunge. There's many other ways. Good. Flip your left toes under. Downward facing dog, everybody. Ooh, feel those legs. I know. Good. Stretch them out. Shake them out. Kick your feet wide. Walk those hands back. Just move your blanket out of the way for now. We're going to need it again. Bend the knees. Come on up. Whew. Good. Stretch that out. All right. Take your legs wide. Take your feet wide on your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, goddess pose. Take your hands to your knees right away and start by looking at your feet. Your feet and knees are pointing in the same direction. And if I've said it once, I've said it a bunch. Don't let those knees drop in. Press them out and be willing to sit back, right? Sit back. If you can get to parallel or almost parallel with those thighs, go for it. It's a deep squat. And then everybody up. Exhale slow. Press it up. Exhale. And up. Exhale slow. Last one. Exhale. Hands back to your thighs. Press the knees back. Tailbone down, chest lifts. And hold. And then straighten the legs, everybody. Whew. Good. Heel toe in. Shake that out. Grab one of your blocks. Take it between the legs and squeeze. Oh, doesn't it feel good? Like, I don't know why this feels as good as it does, but it always does. Squeeze, release. Come on up to the front of your mat. So have your blocks at the front of your mat and have your blanket just kind of where you can get to it. Coming up to the front of your mat. Ooh, roll the shoulders back. Solid mountain pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Stretch out through there. Your hands can come to your blocks. Just bend one knee, keep the other straight. And switch. One more, both sides. And switch. Both legs straight. Bend the knees, step back, right leg. Lower your right knee to the floor unless that hurts your knee because they made you move your blanket. Hold right here in a low lunge. Hands come to your knee. Open up the chest. Take the arms up. Exhale, hands down. Lift your knee. Move your blocks out of the way. Step back. Plank pose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees, everybody, and sit back toward the heels, and then slide down to Sphinx pose. And look over your right shoulder again, stretching belly. Come back to center. Look over your left. Back to center. Lower down, push into your knees and your hands, downward facing dog. Find your breath. Look through your hands, step forward, right foot. Get your alignment and then lower your knee. Once you're there, take your hands to your knee. Find your stability. Take the arms up. Find that breath. Lower those hands, everyone. Lift that knee. Step back, downward facing dog to plank. Lower the knees to the floor. Sink back toward the heel or hips or heels, and then slide forward to Sphinx pose. Look over the right shoulder, center. Look over the left and center. Lower fully down, press into your hands, lift up, downward facing dog. And then lower down to your knees. And pause for just a second here, either hero pose, child's pose, whatever feels really good to you here. Deep breath. So we're going to play with a few different options. Have everything near you, your blocks and your blanket. And then come on down and have a seat again. Bring the legs in front of you and allow both knees to go toward your left. I'm mirroring here. Bring the back knee back and just hold here. And kind of notice, right? What do we have going on here? You can even lean into your left hand. So your left knee, your left hand, and breathe. And then notice what happens if I start to just straighten that leg, but still the hips are level. And just feel that. Right? That might be a good thing. It might not really be a good thing. And then just very gently turn over to the left. Keep everything down. Keep the left thigh, knee, and shin and foot roughly 90 degrees. And come back to center. Bend the knee. Release. Go to the other side. So the knees are bent. Going to take that back knee back a little bit. Just want to see how it feels as I start to shift a little bit toward the front of my mat and maybe straighten the back leg a little bit. And again, how does this feel in your body? Might feel really good. It might feel really awful. What would happen if you bent the back knee instead of straightened it? But pigeon in my brain is such a complex pose that we tend to take a little too simply. So what's actually happening in your body, right? And then come on back, straighten both legs. Bend just your right knee, take it above your left and come into seated pigeon or seated figure four. It's all the same, everybody, in the stretch department, just different poses. And feel what this feels for you. Now, you could be holding on to your leg like I am. You can have your hands on the floor so that your posture stays beautiful. You may be straight legged, okay? Because we're all built different. So please, please, please trust that. So if you're here, maybe you rock a little, whether your hands are on the floor or wrapped around your leg. Breathe. Only if you want, hang on to that leg and straighten the bottom leg. So your left leg is straight, your right leg is in a little bit of a cradle. And then notice where your hip and your knee are, right? Notice where they are in space. And as I bring that leg a little bit more neutral, what does that feel like? As opposed to, right? So I kind of hinted at that knee coming across the midline. We wanted to stay pretty either 90 or a little out to the side, a little abducted out to the side? What does it feel like for you? Bend that left knee, hands to the floor, release both, shake it out. Same thing, other side, start here, sit tall. Apologies for the other side. This might be your pose right here. Or you might come into a seated figure four with the knee bent instead and just rock a little bit. Maybe you hang on to that foot. Maybe you're just here, by the way, right? Or cupped under it. It doesn't have to be wrapped around. So one, you're here. Two, you're in your own version of figure four. Three, you're going to straighten that right leg. See, and I could tell this side is definitely a tighter side. What else is new, right? And maybe you bring that leg more neutral-ish, where it's a straight line from hip to outer knee. Maybe you drop the heel down because think about pigeon, right? Most of us are going to be a little bit closer to this angle than this angle for very good reason. Breathe, bend, release, lean back, let go. Once again, I want you to grab blocks and squeeze. You can bend the knees and squeeze. You can keep the legs straight and squeeze. Good. And release. All right, loves, here we go. So pigeon, pigeon. Take your blanket. Do me a favor. Open it up so that it's kind of that width. And then roll it into a burrito. So it's a long blanket, and it's for pretty much all of us. It'll be about the width of your yoga mat. And then come to table pose and step your right foot forward. Pause right here. Feel this stretch. One, you're pretty happy here, or you're going to come onto your back or your seat and do figure four. Or I'm simply going to walk my right foot over to the left side of the blanket, heel roughly in line with hip bone on the left. And then I'm going to lower my shin, knee to the floor. Now for me, I'm going to turn forward so y'all can see it. For me, it feels way better when my knee is out to the side of my hip. You see that? As opposed to here, which is parallel, preferably not here. So start where it feels good, but I want you to stay up super high. Like, don't even think about coming down. Don't even think about it. Your heel is toward your opposite hip. Your leg, your shin is on the floor. Your foot can be a little bit flexed or not. And then press your hips up really high. So you've got tons of space. And then walk the left knee back and start to land maybe on your blanket. So your right hip and maybe your left thigh your left thigh may be grazing the blanket, but you're pretty level. If that blanket isn't even close, grab your block, and instead of the blanket, you put a block underneath the right elevated hip. The hips are level. So instead of sitting on the right hip or either raising or dumping the left side, we're just going to find level. If this still isn't quite working, take your other block right next to your first one and allow your hip and thigh to be on blocks. And then you play. Then you're like, okay, what's this feel like? I want to stay up kind of high to start to see if I can find the hip line. Squeeze the left glute. Maybe you lower down to elbows. Maybe you don't need blocks or blankets, but if your bent knee hip is hanging off the floor, put something under it. I'm like a half inch off the floor, and still I'm going to put a blanket under there just so that I can keep the hips steady. If your knee, the long legs knee is hurting, flip your toes under, lift the knee, lengthen it, and see if that helps. And once you have found pigeon in this form or any of the others, seated or on your back, I want you to pause here and breathe. Just kind of notice. Good. If you are in this version of pigeon, press into your hands. Hold here for a moment. And then walk both of your hands toward the right. Your right knee is forward, and look over your right shoulder. And walk hands center. To release, hands are planted, flip your toes under, lift your knee, come off of the bent knee and come into downward facing dog. And just pedal it out. And breathe. When you're ready, step forward, left foot. Good. Lower your right knee to the floor. Start to walk that left foot over to the right corner of either hip or blanket. And then as you're ready, you're going to walk your straight leg back a little bit. And you may notice, like this side for me, I could stay here all day long. And the right side is a bit tight. Flex the foot a little bit if you want. There should be zero pain in your hip, your knee, or your ankle. Try to stay up nice and tall to start. Look at the knee that's bent. Is it parallel or slightly out of the hip? And then as you're ready, if you're ready, come on down to your elbows. And just tap into what your body's feeling here. What does it feel like in your body to be in this pose? Do I need a block under my hip? Is the blanket working on this side? Do I need both blocks under both hips? Spine is nice and lengthened. Good. One more breath here. As you're ready, press into your hands. Flip your toes under, lift your knee. Downward facing dog, everybody. Pedal, pedal, pedal your feet. Lower your knees to the floor. Child's pose, hero pose, anything else that makes sense for you. Come on back to a seat when you're ready. Ooh. We're going to do one more version of it, which is less pigeon, but a little fun little one, I think. So once again, I want you to come into wide leg and lower your knees to the left. Take the left thigh shin, bring it to 90. Bring the other one back. And just start to think about, kind of contemplate this. Walk the hands over your front shin, which is your left shin, and, and breathe. So again, one, you're here. We were already here once. Two, you're going to take your, I want to make sure I get my lefts and right. You're going to take your right elbow to the floor, your right forearm to the floor, and hold on to your foot. Okay. If this feels like yucky, don't do it. Take your other hand to the floor and see if you can square your chest toward that shin. You're not coming all the way down. You're simply pressing your foot into your hand into your foot, breathing. You can keep the other knee more bent. You can take it back just a little more. Release, press up, release, switch sides. Same thing, other side. 90-degree, the front leg, which would be your right leg. Face that knee. Maybe that's that shin. Maybe that's where you stay. Take the right forearm to the floor, and I just hang onto my foot, and then use the other hand to kind of square the chest. That's it. Just breathe. As you release, come on up. Oh, straighten those legs. Woo! Shake them out, everybody. Bend both knees, lean back, and cross knee over knee. And then walk the feet out. That block would have been nice. Grab your block. Either you're going to let those knees land on your block, any height, right? It can be all the way up here, it can be down low, it could be no block, cow face legs. It could be figure four, right? Or a tighter little cross leg. So again, we're playing here in the hips. This is where I think if I were to feel, I never used to, but if I were to feel a little bit of compression in the hip crease, this might be where that is. And so I'm just going to kind of lean back and shuffle a little bit and see if I can find a little space there and maybe a little bit of external rotation of the thighs. And just see if that works for you, right? Cow face, again, not for everybody. But if you've been doing the class with me all along, the hip external rotators are pretty open at this point. So this pose tends to be a little bit more accessible. And again, this is a awesome version. I kind of like that one. So whichever knee is on top, take the opposite arm, pat yourself on the back, take the other arm out to the side, and just move into cow face. Arms, any amount, don't worry about touching fingers. You know all this. Breathe. Maybe you close your eyes. Find the version of this that works in your body, right? We never put our bodies into the pose and compromise it. We allow our bodies to find the best version. And it may not be this. Good. Release, release. Lean back. Undo the legs, straighten. Shake them. And then bend and crisscross the other way. For me now, if I were mirroring, my left knee would be up top. And again, finding any version that works. Ooh. Yeah. I once saw a picture in a book, Iyengar, and both of his feet were kind of back here behind him, flat, like almost like he was sitting on them. And there, I don't, anyway, that did not work for me. Whichever knee is on top, bend the other elbow behind your shoulder and come into a cow face at this, on this side. And breathe. Just notice here, everybody. Deep breath and release. Lean back. Oh, straighten. Shake it out. Grab your strap if you happen to have it nearby. You don't have to have it if you don't want it. But if you've got it, put it into a little bit of a loop for me. It's going to go around your thighs. Okay. And then set that aside. Grab your block. Take it at the narrowest level and give that block a squeeze. Find your breath. If you don't have a block, by the way, or the block hurts, you can always grab your blanket and do the squeeze. Good. Release. Take that block second width and squeeze. And release. Take that block third width. Walk the feet out to make sure the knees and the feet are lined up and squeeze. And release. Set the block aside. Grab the strap if you've got it and fish your legs through. Take it 2 to 3 inches above your knees and then tighten it so that the legs are about hips width apart and press outward against the strap. Good. Big deep breaths. Keep that press. Don't let go yet. Find your breath. And release. Good. Let's do that 2 more times. Press out and hold. Just doing some little resets here for the hips. And release. Last one. Press out. Hold here. And release. All right. Take that strap out, everyone. And we're coming down to the floor. Don't think you'll need your blocks, so you can put those out of the way. Come all the way down. Your feet are on the floor. Your hands are down along your side. Lengthen your pelvis. Lift your hips. We started here this morning. Feel the glute muscles move toward the back legs, the hamstrings, and then pull the heels back gently to feel the hamstrings move toward the glutes. Breathe. As we lengthen the spine, maybe we walk the shoulders under just a little, pressing down into the feet, lengthening through the back side of the body, stretching through the front side of the body. And slowly, slowly, slowly lower. Don't bring the knees in just yet. Take the feet slightly wider and turn the toes out. Lengthen the tailbone, lift your hips. Variation here. If this hurts your knees, then bring the feet back to square. Pressing up. Finding the pose, the length, the stretch. right? Front quads getting a bit of a stretch, but the glutes and hips kind of realigning, re-strengthening after all that stretch. And slowly, 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 slowly lower. Whew. Walk the feet back to hips width. Lengthen your lower back. Lift your hips. Final option here. One, you're here. Two, you're going to bring your left knee to your chest and straighten that leg up toward the ceiling. Only if this feels stable. Single side work. Woo. Breathe. Bend the left knee. Place that foot on the floor. Find the pose again. Shift into your left. Right knee to chest. Lift that right knee up. Squeeze. Lower. Both hips lift. Both hips come back to the floor. One knee to chest, everybody. Just one. Straighten the other. Hand behind that knee. Straighten that knee up to the ceiling. Tone in through the lower belly. Maybe lift the long leg just a couple inches off the floor. Take that same side arm overhead. Lower that lifted long leg. Hold. Bend your knee back to your chest. Bring your other knee to your chest. I know I didn't say which side which, so you know. And straighten the long leg. Take your hands behind that knee and lift that knee up or lift that leg straight up. Only if you want, tone the belly, lift that leg off the floor. Stay. Take the same side arm over your head. Lower the lifted leg, hold. And bend the knee, release, both legs straight. The legs are in mountain pose. The hands are down on the floor. Press your shoulders into the floor. Squeeze your glutes. Press into the floor. Maybe the heels lift a half inch off the floor. Good. Breathe. I know. We did this at the beginning. And lower. Bend both knees, everybody. Shift your hips to your left. Bring the knees to chest and lower the knees to the right. Let's come into a nice supine twist. And once you're here, I really want you to just settle, like just breathe. Again, feel the pose, feel what's happening. Taking a nice deep breath in and out. Can you soften into this twist a little more? Listen up. You're on your right side, I believe. So roll onto your right side. Your knees are stacked just like they were in the beginning. Lift your top knee, press it straight back. If you're able to, you're just going to grab that foot and stretch the thigh. Don't go big here, just keep it soft. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Release. Come back onto your back. Same thing, other side. Lift the hips, shift them over to the right. Draw the knees toward chest. Lower your knees to the left. And just pause. Just allow this little bit longer twist so that your body can really settle here without feeling like it's going to move again. Deep breath in, deep breath out. So really soft here. Good. When you're ready, roll all the way over to that left side. Lift the top leg a little bit, bring it back. If your hand is there, just grab your foot. But again, keep that stretch soft. A little bit of a tuck of the pelvis helps to stretch that thigh. And release. Whew. Come on back to your back. Both knees to chest, everybody. Both legs up to the ceiling. Just hold the backs of them for support, but don't do anything else. Let your whole back body soften to the floor. If your legs are comfortable there, take both arms overhead and let them rest. I really like this version. It just usually settles my whole back body. And then bend the knees to your chest. Place your feet on the floor and then lengthen the legs out and finally come to Shavasana. If need be, squeeze those glutes one more time before letting everything settle. And if you want, you have your blanket or your blocks nearby, feel free to put them underneath your legs just to soften even more. Palms are face up. Back of the neck is long. And we let go, we let go, we let go. Breathing in, breathing out. Go softer still. For those of you ready, just bend the knees and place your feet on the floor. Draw one knee to your chest and then the other. Roll the knees over to one side, curl all the way over. Ah, nice big sigh. And then as you're ready, come on up. Come to a nice, easy seat. I don't think we've done this at all in class today. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to your heart. Bow to your own inner wisdom, trusting that voice. Namaste, everybody.
Namaste.
Thank you, everyone. All righty, there's Pigeon.